This episode of commandN, Jeff talks free radio for your smartphone, Laura tells us the latest about YouTube in the courtroom, and I review LinkedIn's recently redesigned app. Welcome to commandN. I'm Amber. We have left cold and dreary Toronto for a much sunnier place. We are here in Florida, and believe it or not, there are alligators just back there. And I am hoping that the guys don't have a blooper that includes me and an alligator later on in the show. We have a great episode for you today, including a review of the new LinkedIn app. But first, the news with Jeff and Laura.
Thanks, Amber. We're going to jump right into the news this week with a very promising development for YouTube, as they recently won, once again, their billion-dollar battle against Viacom after a U.S. judge ruled against Viacom's appeal of a 2010 court decision.
Yeah, the crux of the case is that YouTube is claiming that internet service providers have to be aware of infringements before they can become liable for them. So basically claiming that YouTube taking offending content off their own site once they are notified should be a sufficient and appropriate reaction to being made aware of that kind of violation. The judge said Viacom's arguments against this fly in the face of the safe harbor provisions for the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, and Viacom, for its part, is vowing to reappeal the decision again.
commandN had a chance to interview Richard Branson back in episode 216, and Sir Richard is keeping busy as always. This time it's the first powered flight of his Virgin Galactic Spaceship 2. More than 500 people have already signed up to pay $200,000 each for the suborbital flights from Virgin Galactic, which the company hopes to begin as soon as 2014.
Yahoo, a tech giant that has seen much better days, has taken some interesting steps towards further embracing the mobile app space, recently adding a great Yahoo weather app to its repertoire, as well as a tablet version of Yahoo Mail.
So now there are apps for Yahoo Finance, Mail, Messenger, Sports, News, and more in the iOS App Store and Google Play, although the beautiful new weather app, which leverages images from Yahoo's Flickr service to present a gorgeous and unique weather interface, is only available for Apple devices at the moment.
We talked about Facebook's own Android apps last episode, but this week we've got a third-party Facebook app coming soon for iOS and Android. It's called KillSwitch, and it aims to make relationship breakups less traumatic by seamlessly and discreetly removing all traces of your ex from your Facebook timeline. It'll also work for other types of relationships, but the only catch is you still need to be friends with that person that you want to erase. But the company is trying to overcome this obvious limitation.
Finally, just to indulge in some movie geekery before we wrap the news, we wanted to share with you the latest trailer for the reboot of the Superman franchise. Promises to be darker, more mature, and take on the most well-known superhero ever.
You will give the people of Earth an ideal to strive towards. They will race behind you. They will stumble, they will fall. But in time, they will join you in the sun. In time, you will help them accomplish wonders.
You believe your son is safe?
I will find him!
My father believed that if the world found out who I really was, they'd reject me. He was convinced that the world wasn't ready. What do you think?
LinkedIn LinkedIn recently redesigned their app, their first major update in almost 2 years. There are now about 200 million people who are using LinkedIn on a regular basis. Obviously, a lot of people accessing the service via mobile phones. There are a few things I love about the update, one being the emphasis on all of the images. So now all of the photos you see on LinkedIn are much bigger and much better than they were before. This really is in sync with other social networks out there who have gone this route to place that emphasis on imagery. Also, you'll notice in the activity stream that there is a different way to navigate. Instead of these long scrolling pages, you can use a little slider to slide over to the left to see all of your features and functionality. This is very helpful. They also have integrated ads, so you will see ads within your LinkedIn feed, so content ads that will appear that are being sponsored by different brands out there. I think people are getting more and more comfortable with this. Obviously, with LinkedIn having a free app, they need to figure out a way to be able to monetize it. So all around, some major improvements. Now let's check in with Jeff with his review of free radio for your smartphone.
For this episode's Hot Stuff review, I'm going to talk about TuneIn Radio, a great mobile app that lets you listen to more than 50,000 radio stations locally and internationally. The free version of the app allows for basic streaming audio, and most people should be fine with the free version, but there is a $4.99 Pro version that adds DVR-like capabilities, which is maybe something you find useful. You can fast forward, rewind. When you start the app, you can choose radio stations by local, recent, trending, recommended, by language, by location, and lots of other options. It even includes a podcast section. There's also a car mode that creates a simpler, more graphical interface for you to use on the road. And once you select a station, you can add the station or even the current show you're listening to your favorites, something that you can have access to from the tunein.com website and elsewhere if you set up an account, as well as being able to share on Facebook, Twitter, via email. You can pause playback, it's got other controls, and happily, playback doesn't stop when you exit the app. So you can go and read your email or the newspaper or whatever and do other tasks on your device while listening to the currently streaming radio station, which is great. TuneIn is available on a ton of different platforms: Android, iOS, Windows Phone, BlackBerry, even the Amazon Kindle, as well as a variety of set-top boxes and even a few car models. So check out tunein.com for more information. I'm Jeff MacArthur. Enjoy.
That's it for this episode of commandN. As always, you can find us online on Google+, on Twitter, and on YouTube. And if you have an idea for a segment you'd like us to do, all you have to do is email us at info@commandn.tv. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Nice try. You can't make bloopers. You can't make bloopers.
Oh, really?
I'm swearing if there's an alligator, I'm leaving it down. Just so you know. I'm out of here.